Good day. Hello, CJ and Denise and Sister Jeannie, like she promised. She got up early, um, but not so early as you get up in Arizona, is it? Uh, and good day, Maria. And that's right. Thank you for reminding me, CJ. I kept forgetting all week long to mention this was first Saturday. And but you all are keeping me on my toes. Thank you very much. And we got our confessions in. And greetings to all those other people who are watching at a later time, or are in the background and quietly watching, which is fine. I do that a lot with other videos. So I just wanted to mention. Well, yeah, and it's also. I forget. Did I forget to mention yesterday? What is today? The first or the second? I think I'm losing track of my mind and time. um, maybe somebody can post it up for me so I can. Yes, it was Thursday. Yeah, it is the first. It's the first. Okay, never mind. Um, so I was contemplating yesterday about, of course, the world situation and what's happening everywhere, and I think about uh, you know, of course, YouTube suggests different things for you, or BitChute requests suggest different videos, and so I did come across a Protestant quote unquote prophet, and he was prophesying, and I thought to myself, well, everything he's saying is are things that we already really know is going to happen or understand is going to happen, because that is, if you're in tuned to the Trinitarian Theophany, you well, it's just a sense that you get that things can't continue to go on the way they are, like for example, lying um, will only get you so far before it's finally you finally get caught in the lie. And the same thing is happening with the world. Okay, we've been lied to for so long and for such an extended period of time, and the lies are so huge. Um, that they were able to get away with them that's how they were able to get away with them for so long, was because they were so big that nobody could possibly believe that they were a lie. Why would anybody lie? And it's a good question too. Why would anybody lie? Um, and when the only way to find that out is to dig into who they worship, and it always comes to the bottom line. And sometimes we realize, wow, okay, so the things that this prophet was prophesying were things that you and I know will come to pass, in the sense that they can't last. So there has to be change. There will be change. And they understand that there will be change. Those liars, uh, they're just trying to control the crash, if you will, because whenever somebody gets caught in a lie, there's a huge emotional um, price, because the liar uh, sometimes feels embarrassed, sometimes feels defensive and gets angry like a rat in a corner. And then on the other side, it's the ones who were lied to. They have an emotion because they were betrayed, and they really, really, depending on how nice they are, react accordingly. Okay, so the thing that we have to do is because these lies are so massively huge, the emotional impact to the recipients is going to be huge. So it doesn't take a prophet in order to know this. Okay, you know deep down inside that that's you feel it. Everybody feels it. It's just that these guys, profess it out there on for those and confirm your feelings, if you will. That's what I'm doing right right now. I'm just making it a little bit clearer. And I was also thinking about that yesterday. Boy, it's not easy coming up with a topic every single day to talk about and to encourage and to help others understand the Trinitarian Theophany. So that's what I was contemplating about this morning. And I'm going to end it there. So again, as we know these things are coming to pass, we do prepare. And I had to agree with one of the things he said, which was actually very encouraging to me, because he says when you've been through suffering, he's this close to becoming Catholic, I think. When you endure suffering for the Trinitarian Theophany's sake, and you understand what's happening now and why, most of those people, and again, there's not that many of us, they will be spared, let's just say, that type of most, again, may be spared most of that which, like the Palestinians, are suffering through. Okay, there's a difference. There's a difference between as to why they are suffering what they're suffering, and why we are suffering what we are, and there's a difference in the suffering. All right, so they're given, the Palestinians, let's just say, are given an opportunity. And I don't want to say Palestinians. It's more like the Muslims or the Mohammedans or the Islamists, and the Jews. Okay, ultimately they're going to receive their due for doing what they are doing. So when ultimately they receive what they're due because of their false understanding and worship. Okay. All right, let's begin with morning prayers. And let me do this because I like to do this. The camera usually takes a picture of me when I do this, and I use that as a thumbnail. So thank you. Thank you, YouTube. All right, let's begin morning prayers. And I also want to wish Sister Jeannie and Rebecca a safe journey. I'm not sure exactly when they're heading north, but we look forward to their arrival and their participation here. In nomine Dei, matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Let us place ourselves in the presence of the Trinitarian Theophany, and in Catholic contemplation humbly adore the Divine Family. Most holy and venerable Trinitarian Theophany, one Divine Family, I believe that thou art here present. I venerate thee with the deepest humility. I render to thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to thee. O Trinitarian Theophany, relying on thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain the pardon of my sins, the help of thy grace, and life everlasting, through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Matronam Nostrae. O Trinitarian Theophany, I love thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of thee, and I forgive all who have injured me and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the Trinitarian Theophany for the many graces that we receive and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven. O Trinitarian Theophany, I most humbly thank thee for all the favors thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in thy service. I consecrate to thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, O God, Trinitarian Theophany, that there may be none that is not animated by thy love, or that would not tend to thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of the Trinitarian Theophany the graces which are necessary to us. O divine family, thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of thy grace. Deny me not thy grace, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which thou forbiddest, to practice the good which thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please thee to send me. O Dea Matronam Nostrae, I place myself under thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O most holy Trinitarian Theophany, O Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell. But most of all, because I have offended thee, O most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, who are all good and deserving of all my love, I firmly resolve with the help of thy grace to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. And as I was thinking about invoking Deum Matronam Nostrae, I thought about how unfortunate the Protestants are that they reject the Deum Matronam Nostrae, especially. I won't get into the others right at the moment, but I wanted to mention who is there for that intimate care during suffering the most. It's the mother. And if you don't have her during those times, it's harsher, isn't it? And it's just, again, it's family, it's the divine family. And when that imitation in humanity is screwed up like it is today, the suffering will be much more harsh to those who must go through it. So if you have Protestant friends, you could kind of explain it to them in that sense. It does make sense. It's reasonable. And reason is a very important aspect of the faith. And many of them have never even experienced that level. That's why those who do experience Catholicism that never had before are just, they're awestruck and profound. Another thing I wanted to mention was that in the video, I think I posted it yesterday on OurLadyIsGod.com, about the cathedrals and the organs that were in them. They're claiming that they were used as healing mechanisms because the vibration, why would you have an organ that large in a building? Some of these cathedrals, they're just immense. And when they were explaining how the resonance emanates through the building, And anybody who knows, who's heard beautiful music played in a cathedral, they feel the difference. And that's what he was saying. They were saying, it's a healing experience. And the family is a healing experience. And one thing I've experienced when my children were singing 5-part harmony, family harmonies, when sung in a good manner, if you will, or a good song, are extremely healing. And when they would perform, parents and older people and younger people, let's just say in 20s, 30s, would come up to us knowing that we were the parents, crying, okay, because they felt something from their music and that vibration that they couldn't understand. They have never experienced it. And that's what life in Catholicism, original Catholicism, is like. So we want to repeat that and find it, bring it back. Okay, we're going to do 1 degree or 1 step, wherein is commenced the interpretation of the 10 steps of the mystical stair of the divine love as set forth by St. Bernard and St. Thomas. We begin with the first 5, but I'm just going to do 1 today because I'm over chatty. We say then that the steps of this ladder of love, which the soul climbs one by one in her ascension to the Trinitarian Theophany, are 10. The first degree of love makes the soul most beneficially sicken and languish. But this sickness is not mortal, only for the glory of the Trinitarian Theophany, for therein is the soul deprived of all strength to sin, and of all things that are not of the divine family, for the divine family's own sake. For as the sick man first loses all appetite and relish for food and changes hue, so likewise in this grade of love the soul loses her relish and appetite for all things and changes color like a lover. The soul doth not fall into this sickness unless the excess of heat be sent to her from above, which is in this state the mystical fever. This sickness and languishing from all things, which is the first grade and step of going to the Trinitarian Theophany, we have well set forth above when we described the extinction wherein the soul sees herself, when she starts to climb the first rungs of this ladder of contemplative purgation, when she can find no support, relish, comfort, nor rest for the sole of her foot, and in any living thing. Wherefore, from this grade, she soon begins to scale the others. All right, so I'm going to stop there, and we'll talk about the second grade tomorrow. Maybe 2 more, depending on how chatty I am. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud oremus. O Trinitarian Theophany, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain, by loving prayers, the forgiveness which they have always desired, who livest and reignest with thee, one Trinitarian Theophany, forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, hanc immaculatum hostium, quam ego indignus famulus tuus offeri tibi Deum meum vivum et verum, pro innumerabilibus peccatis et affectionibus et negligentiis meis et promnibus circumstantibus, sed promnibus fidelibus catholicorum vivis atque defunctis ut mihi edidis proficiat ad salutem. Deum qui humanae substantiae dignitatem mirabilite condidissi et mirabilis reformasti, da nobis peruius atque et vini mysterium eius divinitatis esse consortes, qui humanitatis nostrae fieri dignotis est particeps Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui ticum vivit et regnat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offerimus tibi Deum calicem, salutaris tuam da peccatis clementium, utic aspectu divinae majestatis tuae pro nostra totius mundi salute, cum adoris suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu humilitatis et in animo contrito, suscipiamur ad te Deum Iesum Christum, et sequiet sacrificium nostrum, in conspictu tuo hodie ut placiat, tibi Deum maternam nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Veni sanctificator. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificite plata prosequendo, et accepere hoc sacrificium tuo sancto nomini praeparatum. Suscipe, Sancta Trinitas, unc oblationum contivia ferimus, a memoriam passionis, resurrectionis, et ascensionis, Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum maternam nostrae, et a Papa Peter Sanctorum, et Istorum, et omnium Sanctorum, ut idis proficiet ad honorem nobis autem et salutem, et idi pro nobis intercedere dignintur in caelis, quorum memoriam agimus in teidis, per innum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate, ut meum ac vestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat ab Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipia Deum Iesum Christum sacrificium de manibus tuis ad laudem et gloriam nominis sui, ad utilitatem quoque nostram totiusquae ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud te sursum corda habemus ad Deum. Gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Te igitur clementissimi Mater et Pater, Deum Maternam nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum Deum nostrae, supplices rogamus et petimus. Uti accepta habeas et sanctificas, haec sanctam sacrificium ilibata. In primis quae tibi afferimus pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam catholicam, quam pacificare, custodiri, ad honore, et regere, digneris tot orbiterarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum famulorum tuorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We pray for Katie, Toby, Gage, Mindy, Clarette, Alex Tafour, Neil and Earl Lively, Mark Jr., Maria Josephina Mose, Henry, Barbara and Benedict Santa Croce, Casey, Mr. Nobody, Ann Bultink, the Cantu and Duarte families, Jenna, Lena, Lori, Aaron and family, Maria and the Lineweber family, John Cahill, the Dasco, Nye, Tafour, Began and Wolf families. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sedevacantist Catholic Council office, a monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child sexual abuse. We pray for Charlotte Mullen. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, medium of exchange. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society, to stop all quote-unquote gay marriage, pornography, and any platform on the internet that is disgusting. We ask for the reversal of the feminist ideology and a return to godly femininity. And we ask that all gateways and portals and harmful radiation waves be stopped and all equipment destroyed. We ask that the satanic document of Vatican law be destroyed, that is the Jewish Talmud. We ask you to destroy Rome and the Vatican, and everybody recognize the authority of the Catholic Church to be in Portugal, as requested by Deam Matronam Nostrae. We also ask you to save the souls under the dominion of Lilith, Asmodeus, and any Jew or Freemason. And we ask for wisdom on how to grow natural foods and prepare for ourselves and our neighbors, as the Trinitarian Theophany calls us to. All these things we ask in accordance with God's holy and divine will. Et omnium circumstantium, quorum tibi fides, cognita est noto devotio, pro quibus tibi afferimus, vel qui tibi offrunt hoc sacrificium, laudis processuisque omnibus, pro redemptione animarum suarum, pro spe salutis et ambitatis suae, tibi qui redunt vota sua aeterno, Deum vivo et vero, communicantes et momentum venerantes in primis, gloriosae, semper Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et beatorum martyrium tuorum, Papae Sancti Petri, et Sancti Lucia, et Sancti Jacinta, et Sancti Francisco, et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum, tuorum, quorum, meritis praecibusque concedas, ut in omnibus protectiones tuae muniamur auxilio, periendum Christum Deum nostrum, quam obrationem de Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibus consecratem acceptabilem quae facere digneris ut nobis corpum et sanguinem fiat didictissimi filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridie quam pateretur accepit panem in sancta sac venerabilis manus suas, et elevatis oculis in caelum a te Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens, consecravit, fregit, dedique lumnis sui dicens accipite et manducate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simini modo postquam ceremonia est, accipienser hunc praeclarum, calicem in sancta sac venerabilis manus suas, item tibi gratias agens, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, consecravit, dedique alumni sui dicens, accipite et bibite ex eo omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei, mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis effundetur in remissionem peccatorum, haec cotes cum qui feceritis in meum morum facitis. onde et memores Deum nos servitui, sed plebs tua sancta eiustem, Christum filium tuum Deum nostrae, tam beatae passiones nec non et ab inferis resurrectionis, sed et in caelos gloriosae ascensionis afferimus prae clare maestate tuae de tuis donis ac datis, supra quae propitio ac sereno vultur respicere digneris. Supplices te rogamus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, iube haec perfere per manus tuum, ut quod ex hoc altaris participatione sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum, corpus et sanguinem, sumserimus omni sanctificatione, caelesti et gratiae pa amor, per eundem Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died, and we especially pray for Margaret LaPlante, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnimum in Christum, quis gentibum locum refugerii lucis pacis, ut indulgeas deprecamur per eundem Christum Deum nostrum, per quem haec omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas. Sanctificas, vivicas, consecratis, et praestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est tibi Deum Matrum omnipotenti in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea Matronam Nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum. Dea Matronam Nostrae, Matram Deum Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis, peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos, quaesimus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ab omnibus malis, praeteritis, praesentibus, et futuris, et intercedente, beata et gloriosa, semper Dea Matronam Nostrae, cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis, da propitius pacem in diebus nostris, ut ope misericordiae tuae aduiti et peccato, simus semper liberi et ab omni perturbatione securi. Per eundem Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum, et quoque apud. Haec commixtio et consecratio corporis et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum, fiat accipientibus nobis in ad salutem aeternam. Pax tecum et quoque apud te. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum Matronam Nostrae, quabrande Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum per mortem tuam unum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacro sanctum corpus et sanguinum tuum ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis, et universis malis, et fac me tuis semper in haraere mandatis, et te num conseperare permittas, qui cum eodem Deum Matronam Nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum vivis et regnam ad aeternam. Perceptio corporis tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego indignus sumere praesumo non mihi proveniat in judicium et condemnationem, sed pro tua pietate prosit mihi attutamente mentis corporis, et ad me delam percipiendam, qui vivis et regnas, cum Deum matronam nostrae, in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Panem calestem, accipiam et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Deum matronam nostrae non sum dignus, ut intercedete meam, sentantum de verbos nabatur anima mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sum dignus, ut intercedete meam, sentantum de verbos nabatur anima mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sum dignus, ut intercedete meam, sentantum de verbos nabatur anima mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. Quid retribuam Deum Iesum Christum pro omnibus, quae retribuit mihi, calicem salutaris et accipiem et nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo, laudantium vocabo Deum matronam nostrae et ab inimicis meis salvus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. Qualore sumus Deum Iesum Christum puramente capiamus et immunine temperae fit nobis remedium sempiternum. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum consumsit sanguis quam potavi adhaereat visceribus meis et praesta, ut in me non remaniat scelerum macula quem purat sancta reficeret sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, quoque apote, oremus. May the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids, we beseech thee, O Trinitarian Theophany, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one divine family, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, quoque apote, ite mises, Deum gratia. Placea tibi sancta Trinitam obsequium servitutis meae et praesta ut sacrificium coroculis tuae majestatis igninus obtuli tibi sit acceptabile mihi omnibus pro quibus idud obtuli siti miserante propitiabile per Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum. Deum Matronam Nostrae et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. O Trinitarian Theophany, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany, Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of Deum Iesum Christum present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended. And through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and the immaculate heart of Deum Matronam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. I was just thinking about the fruit trees that we are so sanctified to have. And greetings, Peter. Thank you. And I also learned about years ago they had something called electroculture. And the Trinitarian Theophany has given us what we need in the air in order to improve plant growth. So I found it quite interesting, this little device that you stick in the ground with a piece of copper wire in it or something. It's not that simple, but it's pretty simple, that it electrifies the ground in a way that helps the plant growth, and you get much greater abundance of fruits and vegetables. So if anybody would like to figure out how to make one of those for me, I'll buy it off you, okay? Or we'll set it up here and check it out, practice it. Sister Jeannie says tomorrow to Kentucky, okay, and then next so Tuesday up here, okay, good. I look forward to it. What should we have? Should we have rabbit from the farm? That's an idea. Okay. Well, thank you all. Love you all. Please sanctify all those who meet. We'll see you tomorrow for Sunday's Mass at 9 a.m. Have a great day.